you to know that I'm going to try very hard to see that you remain on the hospital staff.
Dorian.
Really, there's no need to say anything. Just trust me. I think I better go now. Really, this has all been such a needless tragedy, and my heart just goes out to both of you. And to Brad, too. I'll see you, Will. Goodbye, Samantha.
Bye. What'd you think of that performance?
What do you mean?
It's very interesting, especially since I know that she's already been attacking Jim Craig.
Oh, this cares about her.
Now, let me help you with the tray.
Still cleaned up? Brad never showed up.
Stay away.
Brad, please go home. You should be with Sam and Will.
I'd like to talk to you. You knew my mother in some ways better than they did.
That's not true.
You saw the good things in her. You knew there was someone else there besides the mother that Sam kept locking horns with and Dad looked down on and hated. You saw the good in her.
Brad, please.
I've no one else to talk to.
Edie, I hope I haven't given you too many problems. I didn't wait. I was going to have a ride out to the funeral, and then I decided to go back. Has there been any change? No, not really. He's still on the critical list. You know, I keep telling myself that he's been holding his own for so long that that must mean something. That, well, he's still too weak for me to see him. Oh, I see that my copy is in. I guess I better get that corrected. And these all the phone calls. Yes, except some man has called here 3 times today. He doesn't leave any message. He just asks for you, and then when I try to get his name, he hangs up. Oh, no, it's really terrific. I mean, that's all I need to do. All right. Sometimes I think newspapers attract me. Well, I guess I should go over all of these press releases. Somehow, act fairs, poetry readings, and cherry balls all seem Whoa. Hey, what? Wait a minute. What? Slow down, will you? No, I don't understand what the problem is. Wait, Richard, I think it would be better if you came over to my office because I'm really not getting too much out of this conversation. Yeah, okay, 15 minutes will be just fine. Okay, bye-bye. You ever pick up the phone and get a tornado on the other end? Who or what is a Richard Abbott? Well, let me put it this way. Now that we had him on our staff, I don't think the banner will ever be the same again. But you're smiling about it, so it can't be too bad. No, you can really do something pretty special about him. He works 17 hours a day. He's got, dedication like I've never seen before, except in Riley. And during those 17 hours, he has, at least 3 fights with people. I mean, you walk by his desk sometimes. It looks like an old parrot cage. And there he sits in the middle of this mess, grinning and pounding his typewriter with papers flying. He's really isn't. Anyway, enough of Mr. Abbott. I think I better get some of my work done.
spite of everything you said, you still want Brad to come back here?
I just want us to be like we were a few weeks ago. We had fights and problems, but we were together like a family.
Samantha, you're going to have to accept the fact that Brad may not be coming back here.
Well, this morning when I walked past his room and saw him asleep, I just thought our problems were over. Then he came downstairs as angry as usual. I just don't understand his reason for coming back here at all.
Well, he was drunk. Part of the reason he was drunk, of course, was to blank out the fact of his mother's death. And he got tired. He decided to come home just as he had 1,000 other nights in his life.
Think he'll ever really come back?
I don't know. But he wants to.
What do you mean?
He needs us, Sam, just as we need him.
You need him?
Yes, I do.
Wonder where he is right now.
Where he is, he's probably with Jenny.
Jenny, Dad never saw all the good things without the way you do this. It's one of the reasons why I love you.
Brad, your mother is gone now.
And you did nothing to cause her death.
I wish I could believe that, but I can't.
But my father caused her death, nobody else.
Your father is suffering as much as you are. You saw him at that graveside.
Jenny, I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about us. Maybe if we can share this tragedy, maybe some good can come of it. It can create a bond between us.
I regret everything that happened. I have to live with that for the rest of my life.
Made me very happy. We can find that again.
Your mother is dead. And you hate your father. That's the happiness I brought to you.
Then come on, Jenny. We were young, we were in love. Now what's wrong with that? It made my mother happier than anything has in years. The idea that we were going to get married. My father was the one who interfered. He was the one who tried to take you away from me. He had no right to do that.
Your father didn't mean to. He didn't want this to happen.
Look, Jenny, my mother was a very lonely woman, and that's what I want for him. I want him to know exactly what loneliness is.
Brad, why can't you just forgive him?
And are you able to do that, to forgive him?
For what?
For loving you. He still does, you know. And what are you going to do about it?
I don't know. What can I do?
You can put an end to it. You can marry me.
Brad, I can't marry you. You know that. You just have to forget me.
So what you want from me is that I should try and be good to that old man? Is that it? You're not going to get it. Because I know in my guts that he killed my mother.
Hey, thanks a lot for seeing me. I dropped all this stuff on the floor. I'm running down the stairs, so just let me get it in order, and I'll go the whole thing with you. You just go on with your work. I'll be with you in a second.
What exactly is the problem?
Well, there's no problem. You know something? You know, I love reporting more than anything else in the whole world. I mean, I love everything about it. The sound and the smell, even the ink. Like perfume. You know, when I wake up in the morning sometime, I lie there a minute, just listen. You know what I hear? News. I hear news. I mean, the daily happenings of people. I jump into bed and I want to go and write it all down. Newspapers. It's history, you know. The daily history of people. Their anger, their loves, the crazy things they do. You follow me?
Yes.
Well, Hemingway said it. He was a reporter when he was young. He said, the good and the bad, the ecstasy, the remorse, the sorrow, the people and the places, and what the weather was. I mean, if you can give that to the people, then you're a writer. That's good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, so now you know what I feel like inside. I've got all this stuff inside of me, it's just got to get out.
Yes, I imagine so.
You agree?
Definitely.
Good. Now, here's the problem. We've got a hot lead on a couple of corporations that are still dumping waste in the river. Waste loaded with PVCs. Well, that's a residual byproduct of copper. And it pollutes the water and it poisons the fish. And we want to find out which corporations are doing it.
How are you going to find out?
Well, I'll follow the river along its banks. I'll test every square inch of water if I have to. I'll measure currents and wave patterns. I'll check underneath the water for outlets. Hell, if that doesn't work, I'll flush myself down the drain with a sewage and see where it comes out.
I certainly believe you would. But let me tell you something. I don't think that this is the kind of story you're going to find on the women's page.
Women's pages? Women's pages? This is a front page story. I mean, we want to name names, you know? We want to catch them.
Yeah, well, you see, I find all of this very fascinating, but I don't know why you're talking to me.
Because Breech won't let me go ahead and do the story. He says I'm too new, that I have to work my way up, which means I have to do stories on dogs with extra large litters and the latest achievements of the Boy Scouts. And I care about this story. I mean, I've done 30 pages of research on this already.
Perhaps if you just talk to Briggs.
I tried that. I sent him memos. I stopped by his desk. I called him.
In other words, making a general nuisance of yourself.
Yeah, that's right. But it hasn't worked. That's why I'm here. Look, I can't go directly to Mr. Reilly. Because that bump on a log Briggs would get angrier at me than he already is.
Let me tell you something. Joe Reilly has a lot of respect for that bump on the log.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Better not tell him what I said about Mr. Briggs then when he speaks to Mr. Reilly.
When I speak to him?
That's right. That's what you have to do. That's what I would very much like you to do. Please.
I will try anyway, but I really can't guarantee you anything because Joe happens to think that he's a very good city editor and he doesn't like to interview.
Feels that way, huh?
Yeah, he does.
Damn. Well, just have to try something else.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Mrs. Lord would like to see you, and she doesn't have much time.
Okay, Susan.
God damn, look, that's great. That's fantastic. But you put it right here in this chair.
Now, listen, I think you better...
Look, from what I've heard, it's just a snap her fingers and they change from black ink to blue.
Oh.
Miss Lord, well, I'm so pleased to meet you. I'm Richard Abbott, a reporter on your newspaper. Thus far covering stories on dog litters and things like that, but not for long.
Pat, I'm here to discuss something that's very important to the both of us. Do you think we could do it alone?
Oh, I was just leaving. Mrs. Lord, got a good newspaper here. I'm going to help you make it a great one. It's a promise. Thanks a lot, Pat. See you again, Mrs. Lord. Soon, I hope.
What's that? I think you've just met your next star reporter.
Oh, well, I don't.
Oh, listen, that's just an example of his aggressiveness. Actually, he's very nice, has a lot of good qualities. I think you're going to like him. Please, sit down. Tell me what the problem is.
Pat, I would like to call a specialist in from New York for a consultation on Tony.
Has his doctor requested this?
No, it's completely my own idea.
Well, you see, I think that the staff in Landview
Is very fine. I knew that you would say that. I certainly wouldn't be on the board if I didn't agree, but
look,
if Victor were alive, he wouldn't leave a stone unturned trying to help his son. I know Tony can't stand me, and of course it's very painful to me, but I still want to do what Victor would have. He had great respect for his son, in spite of all the differences that they had between them.
Jenny, let's not talk about this anymore tonight. It's just, let's get in my car and drive out to the country. It's still light. Just smell honeysuckle. Watch it get dark. Maybe afterwards we can find some place to have dinner.
Driving into the country is not going to change things, Brad.
Boy, I can't have anything, can I? You won't love me, you won't marry me, and now I can't even take you out to dinner? You're pushing me away, Jenny, and if you keep pushing me away, don't be surprised by what happens.
Don't threaten me, Brad. I can't be responsible for what you do.
And what is that supposed to mean?
You were threatening me just then, weren't you? You were saying that I keep pushing you away and that something's going to happen and it'll be my fault. Well, that's not true. I can't be responsible.
I love you and need you.
Yes, I do. I also know that I can't help you. You have to help yourself. You have to find a way to get back to your family.
No way. What are you doing here?
Sam, come on.
Dad sent you over here to make a report? You heard everything that we said, so you can go right on back and tell him about it all. Tell him that Jenny isn't holding my hand. You can tell him that Jenny won't go out for dinner with me. In fact, you can tell him that Jenny's saying no to just about everything.
Daddy, yell at her too.
But Sam, just go on back and give Dad your report, all right? You can also tell him that Jenny has said she never wants to see me again. You can also tell him not to get his hopes up on that one, because I'm not going to accept it.
Brad, I want to know why you didn't come home after the funeral.
Wouldn't have coffee and cakes with Dad? Thank you, no.
Well, why did you sleep there last night?
Because I was too drunk to know what I was doing. Drunks aren't fussy about where they sleep.
Can I tempt you with one of my fabulous meals? I just want you to come home. Remember all those times you used to come and pick me up from a party because Mom wouldn't let me go with the date? We'd walk home together. Can we do that now? Can you just help me?
Some party?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just think that we should be together. That you and I and Dad...
Should all spend the evening together.
Yes.
Sure.
You will?
Yeah, why not? What should I bring?
Just
How about a gun? Maybe a knife would be better?
You know, you're really crazy. You don't see anything anymore. You don't see that Dad is hurt and that I'm hurt. You know, it was my mother, too, that died and was buried today. You're just too crazy to see it. You know, we could help each other.
You can tell Dad, thank you very much for everything he's done for me. Their specialty here is chicken dishes. You know, all the food here is very marvelous. I just thought of something. Maybe some night when we're working late, I can take you over here for dinner. Although, I suppose lunch would be a little more practical. When's your birthday?
I just had one.
So did I. We'll have to think of a special occasion.
How about when the first edition of your book comes off the press?
Oh, that's a great idea. Is it a date?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we should call that publisher and find out what's holding things up.
Well, I don't think there's any hurry.
Oh, I think so. I'm kind of anxious to get that free lunch.
Free lunch? Who said it was free?
You mean we're going to go Dutch?
Yes, it's only free when they sell the first 10,000 copies. Jenny, thanks for coming over here with me. I don't really like to go home right away after the concert. I don't know why. The music just seems to run through my head.
I have the same problem. Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Vernon.
When we're away from the office, could you stop the Dr. Vernon thing?
Okay. Will.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just realized something, Jenny. I haven't been this happy in a long, long time. What am I doing? I buried my wife today. I should be thinking about her. I knew her when she was a girl. We spent almost a lifetime together. But I want more than that. I love Jenny. Is that so wrong? But I can't have her. Naomi, you took care of that forever, didn't you?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to see my secretary before she leaves.
The car is ready, ma'am.
Fine, I plan to go directly home.
However,
Yes, I plan to spend the evening home, and I'd like to,
but we haven't come to any financial agreement as to my after-hour services yet.
I have some things I'd like you to do.
I know. Would you like to tell me about it, or would you rather show me?
I have a list made out.
Well, in that case, it's going to have to be done rather quickly because I'm off at 7. If you had told me earlier, I'd be glad to accommodate you, but as it is, I have plans for this evening.
Such as?
Sweet, young things.
Oh, no doubt you're referring to the Vernon girl. And being the vulture that you are, knowing that she's wounded, you are certainly in for the kill.
She needs me, and I like relationships where I'm needed, not where I'm just used functionally. And I need relationships that can lead somewhere. So if you're ready to go, I'm ready to take you home.
We just received a call from our anonymous friend. In fact, I think he's on his way over here. At least, he asked me how long he's been in the office. I guess I better stay, huh?
Oh, no, that's all right. I kept you too late already. Besides, there's a security guard down the hall. Good night. Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Oops. Sorry. Hey, did you convince Mrs. Lord?
About what?
About the article on the PVCs I want to do.
Listen, my dear, Joe Riley still runs this paper. Now, I realize it may only be a short time before you take it over, but until you do, I think it's better that we work things through him.
Well, have you talked to him yet?
No, I haven't, but I will
Tonight.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, I'll go over there tonight. Maybe I'll go over about midnight, pound on his door, wake him up. You know, that's about the time I'm going to get out of here with you popping in and out.
I'm sorry. But I stay here until midnight lots of nights. It's the best part of my life, working. The only part, I should say.
Don't you have a family?
No.
No one?
Oh, I have a mother and a sister somewhere. I haven't seen them for a long time. I don't even know where they are now.
Don't you know anybody who left you?
Oh, just the people I work with. Oh, and now I know Mrs. Lord. Hey, how'd she like me?
Not very much. And to tell you the truth, I'm not so sure that I care for your little performance here.
Oh, well, I'll just have to do better next time. What's she like?
I'm afraid that Dorian can't be described in just a few sentences, not even a few pages.
Yeah, a good reporter could.
You're pushing me, John. I know I really have to get back to work.
All right, I just thought it might help. You know, so I can make a better impression next time. Maybe to know her is to love her.
No, that's not quite true with Dorian Lord. And now...
All right, I'm leaving. But I promise I'll be back.
I'm sure you will.
You look so sad. Are you alone here?
Yeah, Dad's upstairs resting.
Come on, baby, let's talk. You know, there are all kinds of kisses. Some to take people to the bedroom, some to make you think, and some to heal sad and beautiful eyes.
Oh, it's such a bad day. I wish it was over.
It is over now, baby. Marco's here to make you happy. And I have my magic sword outside to protect my fair Samantha from all unhappiness. I also have my white horse tied up out there, and he can take us away from this place forever. Or at least for a couple hours.
I don't know. I can't do that. I can't leave Dad alone.
Well, we can't put 3 people on a horse. It's bad for the horse.
Hi, Silver.
You know, during your mom's funeral today, I stopped by in another church, and I said a few prayers for her.
You're nice.
I don't know what good it did. I kind of figured that, given a chance, she might like me. At least I would like to think that.
I know she would have.
Sammy, have you had anything to eat today?
No, I haven't. I mean, there was lots of stuff here, but everything just kind of tasted like sawdust.
Well, I have a very exotic egg dish that won't taste like sawdust. Pinch of basil, some pimento, some grated cheese. What do you think?
Oh, my.
Come on, let's go to the kitchen.
Let's go to the kitchen.
Dig this limerick. There was an old man from Thermopylae who couldn't do anything properly. He said, if you choose to boil eggs in your juice, you shall never remain in Thermopylae. Like that?
I think you made that up.
speak to Dr. Reynolds, please? This is Pat Kendall calling. It's in regard to Tony Lord. All right, I'll wait. Come in.
How'd your session go?
Oh, all right, I guess. I felt a little strange sitting there talking about myself after what Dr. Vernon has been through.
Yeah, well, I asked him if he wanted to take some more time off. He said no. He looked forward to coming into the office and forgetting about his own problems for a couple of hours a day, anyhow, about working.
I don't think I could do that. Totally forget about myself and concentrate on someone else.
Yes, well, I guess that's what makes him a professional.
Is there anything new about Tony?
No, honey, there isn't.
Dad, is he getting worse?
There are secondary complications.
Oh, my God. Serious ones?
Honey, he's contracted pneumonia. And in his weakened condition, it's very serious.
Mom! Mom, are you home?
Hello, Miss Kendall's office.
Oh, hi, Edie. This is Brian.
Oh, hi, Brian. How you doing?
I'm okay. Listen, is my mother there?
No, honey, she's not.
No, well, do you know where she is?
Yes. She went back to the hospital a little while ago.
Went back?
Yes.
Well, that must mean that Tony's worse.
I'm afraid so, Brian.
Oh, wow. Okay, then I'll see her when she gets home. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Edie. Hey, where's your boss?
She had to go back to the hospital, Richard.
That doesn't sound too good.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I have to leave her a message. It's rather urgent.
Sure. Why don't you use her desk? I have to get this copy over to typesetting.
Oh, thanks.
Tony, please hear me. I love you so much. You've got to live.
Brian.
Darling, Brian isn't here right now, but... Listen now, you've got to take it easy. You've got to lie still. Don't do anything that's going to make it worse for you. I couldn't bear it if I lost you. I love you so much.
She loves him. Pat is committed to Tony Lord. There's no room for me.
You're not telling me Tony might die, are you? My God, you are.
We don't know. We just don't know. I mean, if he pulls through this and there are no further complications, he should be all right.
I don't understand. I don't understand life or fate or whatever it is that allows something like this to happen. Dad really was on the verge of a new life, and this happened. I don't suppose he's allowed any visitors.
That was true up to a little while ago. Dr. Reynolds told Pat she could go in.
Well, of course, Tony would want her to be there. I'm right here, Tony. I'm right here.
talked to Anna when I saw you coming down the driveway. I wanted to ask you, how's Tony?
Well, Brian, he's got what we call secondary complications. That's a condition that is not directly influenced by the accident, you understand?
So what does he have?
He has pneumonia, which people contract very easily when their bodies are weak.
Well, people get over that, don't they?
Of course they do. Tony will get over his.
Mom must be really upset. Maybe I should go to the hospital. She needs me.
Brian, that's a good thought, but they wouldn't even let you in there. You're too young.
Well, how old do you have to be?
14.
Oh, I could pass the 14. You could tell him that I am.
Well, that'd be a lie, wouldn't it?
Not a big lie, though.
Well, you know, a lie is a lie.
Oh, it's just a stupid rule. I don't need someone there.
She's not alone, Brian. There are people who care about Tony and about your mother. They're with her, surely.
I should have gone to the hospital by myself.
You hang in there, Tiger. You're better off here, believe me. Matter of fact, listen, I'm not going to the hospital now. I'm going to go on home. Would you like to come with me, visit Danny? I know he misses you since we moved.
Well, thanks, but I better be here when Mom comes home.
Sure.
Yeah, she'll be upset. She's not as strong as she pretends to be.
Up-and-coming star reporter. Hey, listen, Pat. I dropped by your office to see you. Edie said you're coming back to the hospital. I assume that means that things aren't too cool. I'm sorry. I guess you're going through a bit of hell in your life right now, and I sure don't want to hassle you, but when you do get back to being the Banner's best columnist, as well as its most beautiful, hey, no sexism intended there. Just a statement of fact. I'd appreciate it if you'd do that favor for me and talk to our revered Lord and Master Joseph F. Reilly, Esquire, for me. I do it myself, but I'm just a peasant around here. I don't think the king would even give me the time of day.
Your revered Lord and Master Joseph F. Reilly, Esquire is here. Now, I might give you the time of day. But first, I'd like to know just who the hell you are.
I thought maybe you needed me, but I realize now you don't need anyone but him.
What do you mean?
The door was open. I didn't mean to eavesdrop.
You know that I love you.
Look, let's sit down over here for now. When I heard you tell him how much he meant to you, and I heard what you said and the way that you said it,
I'm sorry.
for what? Going on living after I left you?
I'm sorry because you're hurt.
It's just that I've been living this fantasy, that you're still mine. Even after I heard by accident that you were going to be married, I didn't accept the reality. I just changed the fantasy.
I understand.
I thought, okay, she loves him, or she thinks she does. But when she knows I'm back, she'll realize she's still in love with me. Even after I found out it was the same Tony that you'd met before, I mean, you were in love with him when we first got married.
I could love you.
Yeah. And I ruined it. I guess I love my country a little bit too much. And where did it get me? Agency told you I was dead. Now I've lost both my wife and my son. Just wish I hadn't been such a fool all those years. I mean, thinking that I could come back and everything would be the same. Brian all right?
What are you saying?
Oh, Pat.
Hello, Kathy. Hello, Pat. I'm terribly sorry about what's happened to Tony. Thank you. Jim, he was delirious, I think, a little while ago. I mean, isn't there anything that anybody can do?
No, I'm afraid not. Right now, it's just a matter of time and the healing powers of the body.
Pat, it's been wonderful seeing you again. Take good care of yourself. Bye.
Sir, well, now. You call me king, lord and master, and now servant. I still don't know who you are, and what are you doing sitting in Pat Kendall's chair with your feet on her desk using her dictaphone and sounding to all the world like a king rather than a peasant?
I can explain.
Your name?
Abbott, sir, Mr. Reilly. Richard Abbott.
Abbott. Abbott. Yes, you're one of our young reporters.
Right.
I've read your stuff. Some of it isn't too bad.
Hey, thanks. Actually, I think most of it's pretty damn good.
You do? Well, judging by the performance I just happened upon, and now this self-evaluation, I'd say your ego has a tendency to overpower your brain.
Hey, Mr. Reilly, I was just fooling around.
Is that what we pay you for, Al?
No, I mean, I was fooling around with a memo. Just having fun. That Lord Master bit wasn't meant in a derogatory way.
Particularly since I heard it.
No, actually, I have enormous respect for you as a newspaper man. I knew all about you and your work before I came to work here.
Is that so?
Yes, and I do consider you a king in the business. My tone might have been flippant, but it was sincerely meant.
All right, I'll accept that for the time being, anyway. Sit down, Abbott.
Thank you, sir.
Now, what was this you wanted Pat Kendall to discuss with me, since I have agreed to give you the time of day?
Well, you see, I didn't feel I could come to you with this directly, since I'm low man on the totem pole.
Abbott, I have better things to do than sit around and chat. Get to the point.
Yes, sir, right. Well, you know the hot leads on the corporations that are dumping waste into the river illegally?
Yes. I found those leads.
Well, the city editor gave the job to Bernie Hoffman.
Yeah, that's right, Bernie Hoffman. Very good reporter, son.
Well, the thing is, I wanted to do the job. I asked for it. I mean, I practically begged him for it, but he turned me down because I was new, said I needed more experience.